So let's move on, though. Let's move on to the Jacksonville Jaguars, okay? I'm not really sure. Like I still think they're ass. Yeah, I guess that's a good way to start when you're talking about a team. I still think they're ass, but...
Just cut straight to it.
Yeah, there's always a but here, okay? I don't know what to think of Trevor Lawrence right now. So there's a lot of expectations here, obviously. Number 1 overall pick, and he's been getting crowned for his entire college career. Let's just state the facts. Call a spade, right?
Yeah.
He's the second coming. He's the best prospect since Andrew Luck. I've heard it all. Okay? So we don't know if he's starting right away. We assume yes. That's one storyline. There's a new coaching staff on both sides of the ball. Urban Meyer's first time in the NFL. Can he coach at the NFL level? So that's like, those are the obvious 2 biggest storylines. And obviously, I mean, if you want to go a fantasy direction here, the running back room got crowded too. They go out of nowhere and they spend a first rounder on Travis Etienne when James Robinson was a pretty good back last year.
He might have been a top 10 option for me if they didn't draft that kid.
He might have been. I mean, the volume was there. He literally, okay, let me tell you guys a story real quick. I'm always on top of my news and stuff. I was plugged in with this team. And I picked up James Robinson post-draft in all 4 of my leagues, and he literally saved me in one because I had Saquon in one. I lost him. I got a top 5 back out of James Robinson.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He cooked last year.
Like, this is why you have to always be looking for value. Before the draft, during the draft, after the draft especially. The draft is just literally a quarter of the battle. You always have to supplement your roster in every way, shape, and form during the season. That's the biggest battle, I feel like.
Yeah.
The draft is just part of the battle. But, I mean, look at that. Look at what worked for me right there. James Robinson was a top 5 back last year, I believe.
I'll be honest. Jaguars are not going to be good this year, but I like their future.
Yeah.
If Trevor Lawrence is what is as advertised, they have a young group with DJ Chark, Laviska Shenault, which I'm high on this year. I think he's a great fantasy option, honestly. Marvin Jones, they have Travis Etienne, and they have James Robinson. Like, they have a young nucleus. The problem is, I think their weak point is tight end.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be starting Chris Manhertz.
Who?
Yeah, Chris Manhertz.
That's my point. You know what I mean? Like,
James O'Shaughnessy is in the background, but Manhertz might be okay. He's just probably not meant to start in this league.
No.
He drinks this drink, though.
No.
He's one of
Promote it, Mike. There you go.
Hashtag LTNC. You guys see this can on the show. Look. Manny Pacquiao, okay? He's the face of LTNC. Little investment tip right there, right?
It's just funny, like,
they see me with this can all the time. So
and then Tebow got cut, like last week. So I don't know. Their tight ends to me are just very poor.
Tim Tebow had the best opportunity in NFL because that room is weak.
It's garbage, and
he still didn't make the team.
It's poop. Yeah, like straight
Major
up
poop.
Yeah, like I don't know. They might have the worst tight ends in the league. But overall, I just don't. They're gonna have a bad year.
Yeah, they're gonna. I mean, the biggest takeaway for them would be is if Trevor Lawrence can play a lick, which I'm sure he can, but I am not so sure my expectations match what you're hearing everywhere else. I'm not sold on Trevor Lawrence's NFL prospects. I think he'll be good, but I'm not ready to say, oh, he's going to be the next elite quarterback. I'm not so sure he's the best QB in this class. I haven't liked.
Wow.
I have not.
Really?
Loved.
Hit the alarm, Phil.
That is actually like a trendy take, too.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not speaking out of my ass. You know I know my shit. I watched the film, brother.
No,
everybody knows that,
bro.
When I say that, you should hit the fucking alarm. Because if you were thinking of drafting him, when you hear me say that, it should hold a little bit of weight. I'm just saying. Yeah. I am not sold. And I don't listen, you better get an offensive line in there.
Are you talking about long term?
Long term, it's too early to say.
Yeah.
This year, of course, it's like, if you see anything from him at all, like he looked pretty decent in preseason. I know that listen, I'm not Mr. Preseason here, but he has looked pretty decent.
Yeah.
He should. He's got skill position talent.
He has the arm.
The offensive line, until they upgrade that, I mean, they got Cam Robinson at left tackle. They let him go, thank God. But they need to upgrade that offensive line stat. Like that to me, I thought would be their biggest priority in this draft.
Yeah.
And they go and spend a first rounder on ETN, which, listen, I love a playmaker, but a first round running back is reserved for teams that are literally ready to win it all, in my opinion. Because you can get them all throughout the draft. Like, that is not a wise investment for a rebuilding team that has so many holes, and their defense is still not recovered. So, I mean, the defense is ass. Let's just call it what it is. It's called a spade. I don't even want to talk.
Cheese.
I don't even want to talk about them.
Swiss cheese, baby.
I don't even want to talk about them.
They can't
All
stop
I'm going to say about that defense is you're going to be targeting them every single week in fantasy. You're going to be like, oh, they're playing the Jags.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's go, baby. Start them all. Start everybody. All right?
I think
that's all you need to know about that defense.
I think the best fantasy option on that team would probably be Laviska Shenault. I like his upside. Yes, absolutely. Chark had a great year. Marvin Jones might have some value. Oh, yeah, 2 years ago. Sorry.
But last year, yeah, down year for him.
Yeah, down year. But he's got potential. And
yeah, I mean, less attention because Marvin Jones has been a very consistent player.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't just write that off. They got pieces there. I just don't know how you're going to keep Trevor Lawrence upright enough.
Yeah, nah, they're like floating with the Texans. I mean, at least they have more talent than the Texans. So let's translate to them. You know
yeah, I mean, and I guess we should say one note here, like the running back room. Listen, ETN can play, so you don't draft a guy that high if he's not going to play. Like, listen,
PPR option definitely.
I know they're saying Robinson might start. I got news for you guys. This is a first-round running back who is a playmaker his entire career at Clemson, and he's going to play. So he might not be like right out the gates top option. This could be like a Jonathan Taylor situation where when he figures his shit out, he's going to be an upper echelon fantasy option. I'm not saying I believe that, but like you should keep an eye on that situation as it unravels. And he will have some value, like you just said, because he catches passes.
Exactly. So I think Urban Meyer is going to actually put James Robinson in the backfield, and I think he's going to have Travis Etienne in as a wide receiver.
Yeah, he's definitely going to run some routes.
Two running back sets. You have Shenault because of the lack of tight ends.
He'll be in the slot a little bit too. I'll bet you that.
So like I don't know. I think they're definitely going to be on the field at the same time.
But I am for the people that asked, this question came up on a show. I am out on Trevor Lawrence as a fantasy asset this year.
I agree.
Like I'm out right now at least. It's a wait and see for me. Mm-hmm. And even so, I'm not ready to buy in on that. And keep an eye on Gardner Minshew because there might be a team out there that needs to trade for him. If there's a quarterback injury, like he's a guy who once was seen as a possible intriguing prospect. I don't think that the market's down on him just yet. Obviously, the Jags had a ton of issues, so just keep an eye on it.
Let's move on from that garbage team.
Yeah, we're done. We took a little more time.